Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today I'm having the Loch Lomond Single Grain Peated. And now here comes a little bit of a strange one. What is the Loch Lomond Single Grain? Well, it's a bit of a long bottle, hard to show on my table. What is it made of? And the answer is it's 100% malt whiskey. It's made from 100% malt, yet it is called a single grain. And everybody's gonna ask yourself why they're not writing single malt on it. Because they are not allowed to. Because if you do a single malt whiskey, you have to do it on pot stills. And the Loch Lomond distillery has a special malt column still. So this is a malt whiskey that is distilled on a column still rather than a pot still. I'm not quite sure, maybe they use a bit of pot still whiskey in there as well, but they also use a column still whiskey. So that's why they're not allowed to call it a single malt whiskey. If they would be located in Ireland, that's easily a single malt whiskey because it's made 100% of malt, but it couldn't be a single pot still whiskey because it's not made in pot stills. But Scotland is a bit heftier. Here on the back it even says made with 100% malted barley. Yeah, not chill filtered. And nothing goes are not colored, but don't quote me on that. Because I'm not quite sure. I don't think they do. They're quite fond of their lightly colored white wine whiskeys that look like white wine. Yeah, so it's a peated one, and the master blender, Michael Henry, I think I've already met him, has chosen only first fill and second fill bourbon barrels for it. So this is doesn't have any funky finish or something else in that. And this is a nice lightly medium peated whiskey from the smell. Could be a much more peat in the taste as well. Oh, but lovely. I do like it. The Loch Lomond is very well known for their bourbon barrel maturation or their bourbon cask maturation, because they want to bring their character out from the different distillation types. They have so many different ways of distilling their whiskey, with cooling jacket, without cooling jacket, and watch the distillery video about that. I explain the different kinds of ways they make the spirit. And cask maturation, they say, would just divert from the nice distillation. And now it transformed a little bit, and I feel much more smoke. It's a little bit of a spicy touch to it. So it's more like cloves and some kind of pepper. Very peaty. 46% ABV. So there's a massive amount of peat going on, evaporating all in my mouth, and that's hefty. But still, you feel it's a typical bourbon character whiskey. You have a bit of a green apple, you have a bit of a caramel, light sweetness, but the main focus here is on a nicely heavy peated whiskey. It's a dry smoke. It's pretty dry in your mouth overall, and it's pretty hefty. I like it. I like it. The cool thing about this whiskey is also that it's not that heavily priced. Okay, you're not getting a pot still whiskey for it. It's a column still whiskey. Column still whiskeys can be produced much faster, much more mass through the column still, so you can have easily outputs in the millions with that. I'm not quite sure. I don't think they use their malt column still in the millions of liters per year, but still, you don't have to run it that often, and can cut down on costs. So this in Germany costs only 28 euros, which is quite a good price for a Loch Lomond. So yeah, that was it with my take on the Loch Lomond single grain made from 100% malt. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.